I would like to talk a few minutes about how it is possible, actually because of technology and time, to make, and knowledge of course also, to make your marketing budget irrelevant. Meaning, small marketing budget, and didn't say none, okay? Don't come back to me and say it should all happen for completely nothing. This is not a welfare state. It might be one of these days, but it's not yet, okay? So you don't get it for nothing, but extremely little marketing budget can have these days the same results than the big guys. Basically, for you to market a product today, you have extremely little disadvantage. I'm not saying none in terms of money or whatever, but extremely little disadvantage to the big companies. On top of it, you're not really competing with the big companies. You're just competing with another small business owner, another doctor. He might have more money, yes, but not enormously more, and that particular little bit he has more, or even if that little bit is a fair amount more, like he's way up there doing successful, and you're kind of struggling and needing to pay your bill next month. Well, let me tell you something that's irrelevant in marketing if you apply the right knowledge. Okay, let's get into that. Technology has made it so that any marketing outflow, any communication, which is what marketing is, and if is doable for everybody, scalable. You can start with a few hundred, with a few thousand, and you can reach the right segment. And it's all basically very, very inexpensive. Not nothing, but very, very inexpensive compared to only a decade ago, only 5-6 years ago. 5-6 years ago, in order to make a video, it costed a fortune. To then put it on television, oh my God, it was a fortune. Even if a few years ago you put it on YouTube, it still usually didn't go very far. Mainly that's where knowledge, of course, came in, and still does. These days, 80% of all the stuff shared on the social media is pictures and videos and other information, but either way, it is, if you do it right, if you use the principle, the seed of marketing, the foundation of marketing, which is storytelling instead of advertising, you will have the advantage of an enormous amount compared to other people. Now, actually, even if you don't do that, the fact is that technology let you market today with the same guy. Remember, it is not the big who will eat the small, it is the fast who will eat the slow. If you don't catch on, somebody else, of course, will do it, and by the time you catch on, like with a stock which went all the way up and then crashed because you got in the last 2 months or 3 months or 1 year, and then it crashes, like Rockefeller said, if the man on the street buys a stock, we have to sell it because that means it's about to go down, all right? So if you go in when a particular thing worked for, when this marketing on the internet and the whole social media thing works for everybody, you'll be dead. Let me tell you something. Mrs. Clinton spends a huge amount of more advertising money than Mr. Donald Trump. Okay? Now, stop comparing who is good, who is bad, and whether they both are completely out of their mind or not. It's not important. What's important is the marketing money now. He spends little and outdoes her by a big. She spends huge amount of money. What do you think is going to happen if and when he also starts spending a lots of money? Okay? And by the way, just because about, he gets so much negative thing. Well, in public relation, believe it or not, there is a big stable datum, as knowledge, and that is, as long as they spell your name right, it doesn't matter what they say. It may be hard on the stomach, I get it. If you're long enough in business and aggressive enough, you have had it all happening to you also. But that's just a fact. So, marketing money becomes irrelevant. However, you need to know how to do it. Number one, you need to make your marketing message, your advertising message, a unadvertising message, and that means a storytelling message. Storytelling for two parts. Part number one, about your business and your product, your service. Part number two, involving the community so that the community is part of the story. You do those two things and the story will be remembered and will be, because of new technology, shared like there is no tomorrow out there. And this is where the power of the internet will actually make you a drastic amount of money. Now, you could go ahead and try this all yourself, and you should, maybe not. Why? Because most likely you will do enough wrong that it won't work. The fact is this, doing everything right on the internet does take enough time and knowledge that you, as a professional, whether you're a car mechanic or a guy who fixes kitchens and or a dentist, most likely, almost impossibly has the time to do it. Even if you think one of your receptionists, one of your assistants can help you with it, and even if you think that one of your nieces or nephews is 23 years old and grew up with this technology, are going to be able to do it. No, they would just look at this technology the way they look at the way they're using it. 2 billion some people are using this technology on the planet. That's why Facebook and YouTube and Twitter make so much money. If the owner of a bar uses his bar to drink and to flirt and to dance, he'll not make money, he'll go broke. If you as a business owner use the internet the way your niece and your nephew are using it to live, you will not make money. You need to use what they use, almost like a judo fighter. You need to use their movement and their force for you to harness the power. And if you do that, your marketing money becomes irrelevant. Go to the other side and find out how that can be done. It is an enormous, enlightening, consultative presentation, you know, will show you what can be done, what should be done, how it could be done. And of course, we do the work, but we still tell you more or less, tell you what it is. And yes, you can learn it in the process as you work with us if you want to. You'll never really want to. But even if for some reason you decide not to take our service, the knowledge you need to have so that at least you start looking in the right direction of what you need and want. Because 95% of you out there listening to this video, you're not even looking in the right direction of what's important and what can be done. You are not. Look, 25 years in business, talking to hundreds and thousands of you people, very often in seminars, in whatever it is, around the world, in 4 continents. Trust you me, you are not looking in the right direction. Would you be? You would be growing, you would be big. You would be free of any financial handicap. But if you, either way, you learn an awful lot, okay? You will know where to look, and right there, I know we helped you a lot. Because one day, you will realize, wow, yeah, this is where you will start realizing where to look, and then you will find somewhere along the line some people who will help you along here and help you along there, and you'll be in the right direction. Go to the other side. I see you there. All the very, very, very best. But remember, marketing budgets is not an excuse anymore for not making it. Not at all, not at all, not at all. Goodbye.